Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to 10 Minutes of Foodtech with the video podcast hosting the best players of global agri-foodtech ecosystem. Today, we have a true big shot of global food system. We have Sara Roversi, founder of Food Institute, and so on. Probably describe all the activities of Sara will need 10 minutes, but we have 10 minutes for all. So I would like inviting you in connecting with Sara, check it out, the profile on LinkedIn. But today, so I will introduce Sara Roversi. Hi, Sara. Thank you for accepting our invitation.
Ciao, everyone. Happy New Year. I'm so glad to be with you today.
Thank you, Sara. The pleasure is ours. As you can see, the background of Sara is completely matched with the spirit of the podcast. She is in a scuderia in Bologna, a kind of food tech hub. We can call it like this, Sara? Probably
yes.
Yeah, okay. We have a great hydroponic background that I repeat perfectly matching with the mood, with the spirit of this podcast. Guys, Sara, we have 10 minutes, so let's jump immediately with the first question. Sara, we saw during the pandemic a huge growth of food tech considering the investments, but considering the topic and the startup we received investments such as agri-tech, precision farming, vertical farming, alternative proteins. Can we definitely say that this pandemic further strengthened the relationship between food innovation and food sustainability?
Absolutely, yes. I think that this pandemic has been accelerating many different processes. First of all, the awareness from every different perspective. The broader community have been raising its awareness also with the deep relationship between food, health, and climate issues. And then also, of course, investors and industries have been accelerating the process of implementing innovation at every single level.
Oh, okay. Sarah, you introduced the awareness. You talk about awareness. To shape a more sustainable food ecosystem, besides the agri-food tech, besides the food innovation, besides investments, which contribute can be given by consumers and, of course, by the education, by consumer habits?
So I think that this 2020 has been very tough for everyone, but left us also many learnings and many good seeds. I want to consider them seeds. As Future Food in 2020, we have been co-founding, supporting, and partnering with an amazing organization that is called the Food for Climate League. And I want to mention them because thanks to the Food for Climate League, all the members, the founder, Yves Turopol, we started really redesigning the narrative around climate conscious eating and sustainable food choices. And this has been really amazing as a journey for us as Future Food, because we work, as you know, in R&D innovation in the food system. But together with the Food for Climate League, we had the chance to work with many big industries and organizations, really studying and researching which are our behaviors related to all our food choices. You said the right word: education, awareness, learnings. Those are the keywords for us. Of course, we have been working on the research side and innovation side together with the Food for Climate League, and this is one of the pillars of our climate initiative inside Future Food. But we have a second one that is, one of our staple program. So we co-designed with the Food and Agriculture Organization of the UN, the Food and Climate Shapers Bootcamp. Since the beginning, since 3 years ago, we started this journey training young innovators, industry leaders, but also young activists, really tackling which are the major issues in the different ecosystem that we consider as the key point that we need to regenerate. Targeting climate smart cities, climate smart oceans, climate smart farms, and since last year also kitchens, climate smart kitchens. Of course, as you know, we spent the last 2 years organizing amazing bootcamp, immersive experiences really on the ground, bringing people up to in Iceland, in a very remote place, very inspiring places. But the pandemic, of course, was reshaping and challenging also our ecosystem. So this year we could host just one of our boot camps in presence. And we had to turn many of our activities into a digital platform. So we created this digital intensive bootcamp, but this gave us the opportunity to scale up, because instead of training 15 climate shapers at a time, we were training a batch of 100 climate shapers, people coming from many different countries, more than 40 countries in the world, from Africa, Latin America, Asia, and all of the participants were community leaders. So they brought in the classroom experience and climate actions related to food and sustainability, really highlighting what's the healing power of food. So yes, education, I think, is the starting point for everyone. Even if you are an industry leader or a government leader or political leader, education need always be part of our human experience.
Okay, so very interesting. Of course, education, political leaders, community leaders, food industry leaders. Of course, you think a little bit go off topic. Food industry leaders, okay, implement sustainability actions, but can be taken as example by consumers, and can be the first probably way to promote, the first person to have to promote more sustainability in the food ecosystem. A little off topic about what you told that.
No, it's absolutely a very important topic, because from what I see, and also the trust barometer published by Edelman shows us, I think that this is a very important time for big industries, because they, and some of them, are really leading now the big shift that is needed. We see entrepreneurs and industry leaders that are very, very brave. You need to be brave, because industry leaders sometimes to take climate conscious decisions, they know that for the next month ahead, they have to reduce their ROI, their income. They have to invest in long term instead of short term strategies. And I see industry leaders that now are really driving the big change that is needed. And of course, consumers are beginning to trust more companies that are playing this critical role also in educating consumers. And of course, pushing on policymakers to make policies more aligned with what is needed.
Okay, Sara, perfectly clear. Thank you. Interesting point of view. Now we talk about consumer and food industry, but let's go up in the value chain. Of course, in the redistribution of the value. During the last episode of the podcast with Ali Morrow of Aston Ventures, that they launched the biggest impact fund in the world. Ali make an interesting reflection, interesting point of view about the value redistribution, about the value chain. Of course, because agriculture take the biggest risk but are paid low. That's the point.
Of course.
And Sarah, do you think, and I think I know already the reply, it must be a must, and it's also something that you at Food Institute is one of your mission for a fair distribution of value along the food supply chain.
Yes, and this has been, of course, one of the other key points that has been accelerated by the pandemic. We saw that food diplomacy is a very important thing, and nobody has been talking about food diplomacy, the geopolitical things behind food, but also how food is distributed and the power of big distributional channels. So what we've been seeing during the pandemic is that farmers were completely disconnected with consumers. Farmers were disconnected with the cities, and many platforms came to life facilitating this connection. But also I see that as being a big opportunity for big distribution channels to think and understand what's their critical role, and now maybe they have to face the future, because if you don't distribute the value along the chain, of course your system is not going to be resilient enough. So this is a crucial and very important topic, because when we talk about access to nutrition, we're not just talking about feeding and filling the belly of people. We need to feed people in a sustainable way, but also in a healthy way, because if we feed people in an unhealthy way, so we don't give access to nutrients in the right way, also in big cities, we're not talking about the developing countries, we are also talking about cities, this is going to be a long-term painful issue for all of us, because we are growing a sick population. So distribution is crucial, because distribution needs also some thoughtful decision behind. We need to distribute and make accessible the right nutrients for all. So access to right nutrients for all, this is the crucial point.
Okay, Sara, so the good food at a good price, but okay, good food at good price. Not just good price, not just good food, but the perfect balance of the two. Of course, good price, I mean good price paid by the consumers, but good price paid to the farmers, to the
producers, of course.
Producers. Okay, that's perfectly clear. Sara, we took exactly 10 minutes, maybe 11, so we are exactly on time. I thank you very much. It has been a big pleasure to share your point of view, and see you soon, let's hope.
For sure, 2021 is going to be the big year, so let's reset and reboot the food system.
We are ready, absolutely. Thank you.
Ciao.
Bye, Sara. Ciao.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Ciao.
Bye. Thanks everyone, and a special thanks to Forward Fooding partner with the fourth cons on this Hours On podcast. I would like inviting you in discovering the finalists for this year Foodtech 500 at forwardfooding.com/Foodtech500. Thank you.